The forest was darker than Jakena ever imagined. The sun had set too quickly, leaving her stranded with only her basket of firewood and the weight of silence pressing against her. Every shadow seemed alive, every rustle a threat. Her village wasn't far, at least it shouldn't have been. But somehow, the more she walked, the more lost she became. Jakena stopped, her heart pounding. God, where are you? I can't do this alone, she whispered, clutching the small wooden cross around her neck. Her grandmother had told her stories about this forest, how it was said to be cursed, a place where the lost stayed lost. A growl interrupted her thoughts. She spun around, her eyes wide. There in the shadows, yellow eyes glowed, one pair, then two, then more. A pack of hyenas emerged, their teeth bared, their laughter echoing cruelly in the night. Jakena stumbled backward, her knees shaking as she whispered, "Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil." The lead hyena stepped closer, his growl low and menacing. Jakena's voice broke as she cried out, "Jesus, save me." In an instant, a blinding light split the darkness. It was so bright, so pure, that Jakena fell to her knees. The hyenas yelped and scattered, their howls fading into the distance. When she opened her eyes, a man stood before her, dressed in white, holding a staff. His face was kind yet strong, and his presence filled the air with peace. "Do not be afraid, Jakena," he said, his voice steady and calm. Jakena's mouth trembled. Who are you?" "I am the good shepherd," he said, extending his hand to her. Hesitant but desperate, Jakena took his hand. The moment she touched him, everything changed. The oppressive darkness of the forest lifted, replaced by a warm golden light. The twisted trees straightened, their branches now filled with vibrant green leaves. Birds began to sing a hymn, a melody Jakena knew well. It was the same song her grandmother used to hum while walking in the fields. The man led her through the forest, his steps sure and unwavering. Soon the trees parted and Jakena saw the glow of lanterns ahead. Her village, her parents and neighbors were calling her name, their voices filled with worry. She turned to thank the man, but he was gone. Instead, at her feet lay a small wooden cross. She picked it up, holding it tightly as tears streamed down her face. When the villagers saw her, they ran to her, wrapping her in their arms. "We thought we lost you," her mother cried. Jakena held up the cross and said, "I was lost, but now I'm found. Jesus saved me." Her words carried through the crowd, and the people began to sing the hymn she had heard in the forest. Jakena's voice joined theirs, her heart filled with a peace she had never known. Even in the darkest forest, the light of Christ had guided her home.